What is the worst Christmas present you have ever received? In this episode of r/AskReddit, we'll be looking at the internet's best answers to that question. Instead of received, I'll switch to gave. I bought my whole family tickets to see James Brown live. Literally within minutes of them opening their presents, it was announced on the news Christmas morning that James Brown died. Pretty amazing timing there. A comic book that was laying around the house for several months, which I read twice in this period. I didn't know it was supposed to be my surprise present. Sorry, but I blame whoever gave it to you there. They left it lying around the house and they've not expected you to read it. That's on them. A pack of cigs and a roll of trash bags. I don't smoke. Very useful. My cousin once gave me an autographed picture of himself, which was funny as heck, so I didn't mind. That's not a bad Christmas present. That's funny. Hey, I tell you what, I know what I'm giving for Christmas this year. I participated in a voluntary office Christmas exchange in 2012 with a $30 limit. My gift was a CDR of the giver's favorite album. I was less than enthused, but I nonetheless slid the disc into my car to check it out, only to find it was blank. The person had written the band name, album title on the disc, but forgot to actually burn a copy, so you just got a CD. Very good. One year I got what was actually a super cool present. My parents had worked for months putting together this awesome art kit. It was a big toolbox filled with good scissors, glue, paint, coloured pencils, glitter, and every other thing a crafty little kid could want. The problem was, every time they would go upstairs to add to it, they had a running joke where they would say, "We're going upstairs to feed your present," or "We need to take your present for a walk, TTT. So of course, on Christmas morning, instead of being a little kid who was stoked to get a huge box of art supplies, I was a little kid who was devastated that I didn't get a puppy. I do not understand what your parents were doing there at all. What was the point of that? My mum asked what my 13-year-old daughter wanted for Christmas, and I said she likes to sew. How this led to our entire extended family buying her nothing but yarn, I do not know. That was 2 years ago, and there's still so much yarn. A dish towel. I was 8 years old. Hey, you can never start helping out around the house too young. Wow. I started loving computers at age 7 in 1992. The ZX Spectrum, and then the 186, 286, etc. at our local kids club. Kept on going, learned to code early, was addicted to everything related to them. Grandma called me and told me she had sent money to my parents to buy me a PC at age 11 in 1996. I was so excited. All my friends could not wait to see it and play with me. I couldn't sleep for days on end. Then Christmas Eve came. We do gifts in the evening. Rush under the tree, and surprise, I got a mobile electronic organ player. My mum told me, "It has buttons, right? Just like a computer." She actually took the money and bought an automatic washing machine. I'm still freaking upset, mum. A Lamborghini calendar. My brother got a guitar and amp. My two sisters got a bike each. Heck, I hate Lamborghinis now. Wow, imagine you watching your siblings open their presents first. Brother gets a guitar and an amp. Your two sisters get a bike each. You know that in the back of your head you've asked for a Lamborghini, and you get a Lamborghini calendar. Wow, what a letdown. My great-grandma gave my cousin a jock strap from Goodwill. Her mental health was bad at this time, in about 1992. He started crying. He was 9. That's just sad, really, isn't it, all round? When I was 18, my grandma gave me the card label from a gift card, so no actual gift card, shoved into an empty toilet paper tube and wrapped like a gift. All of my siblings got actual gift cards. Grandma never liked me much. Okay, fair enough, there's not liking your grandson or granddaughter, but wow, that is harsh. A set of miniature butter knives with ceramic fruit and vegetables as the handles. From an aunt who said that I was so hard to shop for. I was 7. Yeah, probably wouldn't get a 7-year-old knives. Just a thought. Every year, my aunt gives our family thrift Santa gifts, like a bunch from thrift stores. The thing is, nothing relates to anything. The worst I've gotten are among a Kama Sutra book when I was 13 or 14, which was awkward, and a New York Yankees baby onesie. I don't have kids, and I don't watch baseball. Sounds perfect to me. Titanic DVD. Pirated copy. Already seen it before twice. Didn't have a case. Just had Titanic written in marker pen. It didn't belong to the person who gifted it. The DVD was scratched and didn't even play. This one started off badly and just got worse and worse. Wow. Looking back, it wasn't a bad present, but when I got a pair of pants for Christmas when I was 6, I started crying and screamed out, "You're supposed to get me these anyways. You're right." And that's why it's funny. One time when I was 10, my mum gave me and my brother a packet of plastic rainbow bendy straws each for Christmas. She was mad at our dad for having brought us back 3 days late from his part of the holidays and took it out on us. Being a contrary soul, I happily took my brother's discarded pack and proceeded to make a million rainbow flutes that I would incessantly try to learn to play for the next 2 months. I suspect she lived to regret her choice, since I also never cleaned any of my discarded flutes up. Taking out your anger with your husband or ex-husband on the kids is pretty harsh. Last year, my mum bought me a can opener, wrapped it and gave it to me when everybody was gathered around exchanging gifts too, so they'd all see and get to share in her laughter. Unfortunately, she was the only one who found it funny. Everyone else just thought it was pretty screwed up. Yeah, that's because it is. My extended family used to do this thing where you'd put your name on a piece of paper and put it in a hat, then draw someone out and that's who you'd get a gift for. It was supposed to be anonymous. I got 2 terrible gifts on consecutive years. The first terrible gift was a DVD of Fast and Furious 3. I'd literally never watched even a second of those movies, and I'm pretty sure the franchise was up to like episode 4 or 5 at that point. Alright, so just start in the middle then, makes sense. The very next year, someone got me a cheap pair of fake leather driving gloves. They were about 2 sizes too small. So me, not being a car guy at all, I've somehow convinced my uncles and aunts that I'm secretly a Tokyo drift racer or something. The year after that, my mum got my name. You're supposed to put the name back if it's immediate family, but she kept my name. Knowing I got screwed 2 years running, she got me a Kindle Fire. What a legend, it was all worth it. When I was 10 years old, my grandparents gave me an unwrapped suitcase for Christmas. In the interest of convenience, they used that suitcase for the wrap presents for my sisters. Oh my god. I wonder which grandkids they preferred. Sorry, dude. A pencil. Really? That's it? Just a pencil? I mean, what a Christmas. Wow. My deadbeat dad brought 9-year-old girl me Motel shampoo and an adult men's shirt he got for free. I wish I was joking. I feel your pain. An ex gave me an engagement ring for herself on the idea that I would use it to propose to her. She also gave specific instructions on how and when I should do it, as well as stipulations that she would be the one planning our wedding. Oh my god. We had a terrible relationship and I've been planning on breaking up with her right after the holidays, which I did. I couldn't understand how she thought we were even close to being on the same page. And once it was all over, I realised the obvious and what everyone was trying to tell me for 3 years. I was in an abusive relationship. Still, who the heck buys a ring for someone to give back to them? That's just bad gifting. It's also just weird. Sorry, plain and simple. But did you keep the ring? That's what I want to know. So I was dating a guy for a few months when Christmas rolled around. He'd recently started a new job that required travel, and this was before smartphones and built-in GPS in your car were common. So I splurged a bit and got him a Garmin to help him find his way. Thoughtful, useful, but not too sentimental. It felt perfect for where the relationship was at the time. Due to schedules, we couldn't get together until a few days after Christmas. In my haste to go see him, I walked right out the door without his gift. I didn't realise it until I got to his house and I felt terrible. But he said, "No worries, I'll give you your gifts now and I'll just get mine later." Cool. So he goes into the other room and comes back with 2 wrapped gifts. I noticed some of the paper was messed up, like it had been rewrapped, but I didn't think much of it in the moment. I carefully unwrapped the first package. It was an MMA magazine that had clearly been read. I was confused. I do not like MMA, not even a little bit, nor have I ever expressed interest in MMA, not once. He, on the other hand, loved all things MMA. Trying to move on, I politely thanked him, set the magazine down, and focused on the next gift. I could tell it was a DVD from the shape of the package. And indeed it was a DVD. A Forrest Gump DVD with the cellophane wrapper missing. Now, don't get me wrong, Forrest Gump is a solid choice. Except I already owned a Forrest Gump DVD, and now here I was, suddenly the proud owner of a second copy that appeared used. I again thanked him and sat there quietly, trying to wrap my head around how he could have arrived at the conclusion that a used magazine on a topic I didn't like and a second-hand DVD of something I already owned would make for good Christmas gifts. He also got a little quiet, then sheepishly volunteered. I got bored, so I watched the movie yesterday. I just stared. And then I hadn't seen that issue yet, so I went ahead and read through it. I think you'll really like it. I slowly responded. So, you got me a magazine because you wanted to read it, and then you watched the movie you got for me because you were bored. His only response was, well, yeah, I guess so. I left not long after. The next day, I returned the garment for a full refund. About a week later, he called and said he didn't think it was working out. No problem, I said. I don't think it's working out either. As we were wrapping up the call, expressing well wishes and all that, he paused for a beat and said, hey, were you still going to give me that Christmas present? How about no, my friend? The year I gave my ex-husband a Tag Heuer watch, he gave me a $19.99 Walmart blender. We already had 3 blenders. Sorry, wow. I mean, those of you that know about watches will know that that is a very expensive watch, even if you get a basic model. And $19.99 for a blender. That seems pretty even. Since my dad isn't on Reddit, I will share his story for him. When he was young, he was bent on becoming a drummer. He would make full drum kits out of my grandmother's pots and pans and whatever he could find. Very detailed setups. After months and months of building drum sets and drumming on anything he could find, he woke up Christmas morning to an acoustic guitar and guitar lessons. He told me he took a few lessons and would always end up flipping the guitar over in class with the other students, just playing it like bongos. Yeah, that is a family that doesn't want their kid smashing a drum set every day, making loads of noise. I do kind of sympathize, not gonna lie. Listen, play an instrument, maybe not the drums, they're just a little bit too loud. The acoustic guitar, that's nice and quiet and friendly, go with that instead. Didn't really work out though. So there we go. Those are just a selection of the internet's best answers to the question, what's the worst Christmas present that you've received? Guys, comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. Have you ever received some absolute stinkers? I don't mean like, yeah, just a pair of pants or something or some socks, because, you know, they're at least useful. I want to hear some original ideas, some original presents that you've received where you've just thought, like, what is that? Why? What is the logic behind that present being given to me? Obviously, yeah, grateful for getting anything, but some presents, why? Comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. For me personally, something that stands out is a bottle opener, but it was when I was like 14 or 15, I think, and it was for Coke bottles. Now, the premise of this was that you would stick it on your wall, and whenever you had like a bottle of Coke, a glass bottle of Coke, you would just, you know, do it on the wall and then you could drink it. The problem is though, in the UK, nobody ever drinks bottles of Diet Coke or Coke or whatever. They're always cans. So it was a little bit weird. I didn't use it once, I'll be honest. Now, I'll be honest with you, right now, it would be a great gift because, you know, say you're having a beer in your room or something, yeah, just click it. But when I was 14 or 15, we didn't really get it as a family. An interesting gift. And I tell you what, when you do try and buy an interesting gift, you know, an original gift for somebody, yeah, you have the risk of it not going down too well. You can play it safe with a gift, or you can go a little bit risky and hope they really like it, but you do have that potential that, you know, they're going to hate it or just not really understand it. So with that one, I do kind of get it, you know. It was an original idea, didn't really work out, I didn't really use it, but hey, it was a good thought. With some of the ones I've just seen, and with hopefully some of the ones that you lot are going to comment down below, I don't get the logic at all. Just weird. Knives for a 7-year-old. Like, what is that? What is that? Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of r/AskReddit. Really hope you have enjoyed this one. Again, you have to comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. If you are new to the channel and you haven't seen any of my other AskReddit videos before, I've left a couple on screen right there. Choose this one or this one. Really, the decision is up to you, and there's nothing I can do to influence you. But if I was to choose one myself, it would be that one. It's close, but it's just about that one.